Russia falling fast. It seems, Elfie, as though Russia's got to get its act together here.
Well, certainly, but as Tim had mentioned, a lot has gone wrong in the country. They don't have the money anymore. But, you know, there was a time at World Championships we used to go in and say, could anyone beat the Russian team? We have to remember the rest of the world has really gotten better as well.
Still rings is all about precise positions. He's a little bit high on this inverted cross. Get him a couple of tenths deduction. This is an event where the Russian team certainly struggled, especially with the injury to Yevgeny Krylov. He was considered their top ring man. Beautiful dismount by Bondarenko, so difficult. Same one we saw from Raj Batsar.
And yet one step back.
Yes, it's amazing. You train probably 12 years to be able to do that dismount, Al, and it's so hard, it's so difficult, but you take that step and it's still a deduction.
Naoya Tsukahara. And on the vault, two nations competing at the same time, and that's why you may hear a reaction in the background in the middle of someone's performance.
He has opted to do an easier vault than we saw him training.
It's only out of a 9.7, actually.
Just do a double twist off the horse here.
How does he not do a Tsukahara?
Good question.
How does he not?
His dad probably asked the same question. You know, kids, they're rebellious. Actually does this Yurchenko quite well, named after a great Russian gymnast, actually Soviet gymnast at that time.
A woman.
Tsukahara without a Tsukahara gets a 9.425. The Japanese men have to be feeling very good. They're in medal shape right now. They've moved past Russia. They gained almost a half a point on the Russians in the last rotation alone. And Bondarenko with a 9.35, smiling and winking his way through it.
But remember, that score relative to the American second score of Jason Gatson with a 9.712.
It's a big gap.
Yevgeny Podgorny now, as we stick with the Russian story on rings.
And he was not slated to compete on the still rings. Does not have the precise positions, and sometimes the holds are a little bit short. He is competing here because of the injury to Krylov in the first day of competition, a torn Achilles.
Of course, with this being the World Championships, we've noticed that the judges are really, really picky with these strength holds. They must hold them for 2 seconds.
He has a very difficult and risky dismount plan, triple back somersault. Gets him some bonus points.
Oh boy.
But that gets nothing but deductions. You put your hands down like that, it's 5/10 of a point.
And that means the Russians could easily be keeping a score at maybe 9 or even in the 8s. And that could be a door opening for Japan and the United States. It could be a door closing for Russia. And that is how devastating it can be with a major mistake in this all 3 scores count format.
Maybe lets go of the rings a little too early and just opens up his body before he's completed 3 flips. Has the deduction of 5/10 for the hands going down, loses the bonus. That's smarts.
8.725. And that's a big hole to climb out of. It's got to bring energy to the United States team. Now it could really be just which color we're talking about.
It's starting to look that way, I'll tell you.
Paul Hamm. What a day it has been so far for the Hamm twins.
Stacy Maloney, his coach, has said he has never taken a step back in his gymnastics career.
Takes a step forward. This vault's out of a 9.9. That's the maximum value.
Very nicely done.
Way to go, brother.
Does that same Yurchenko style vault, does a round off, turns his body around. Tremendous flight.
Beautiful form in the air.
You see those lines, you have to land inside of the lines to not get a deduction, which he does.
And a 9.562. That'll help the United States. And now Brett McClure. McClure, remember, on the pommel horse, had a problem and got just over a 9.1. And in a team sport, you know, Tim, I mean, you feel like you want to do your thing. Yeah. You know, you don't want to be helped along.
And no way does he want to do that again. Big vault.
Oh, he stepped over the line.
But that is a very difficult vault.
Blind landing and all, that's what makes it super difficult.
When I heard he was doing this vault for the first time, I said, I can't believe it. It's just doing a double fall forward like that, blind landing, super difficult.
And this is one of the areas where the U.S. have improved. They've actually increased some of their start values from these guys on the team on this event. This, again, is a 9.9 start value.
I'm always amazed, Tim, that the judges don't judge based on a replay. They judge based on, what, a second of a guy flashing before them in the air.
Yeah, it's a lot going on in one piece of air, that's for sure.
And he overcomes the step over the line to still get a good score, 9.525 for Brett McClure. Now Morgan Hamm. And Morgan and Paul have pretty much matched each other step for step and score for score.
And Morgan will do a different style vault than his brother Paul. He'll do a Kasamatsu with a full twist. It's rated out of a 9.9. This is unbelievable. That he's supposed to do a 2.5 twists off the horse, and he does not. He does 1.5 twists.
Just opened up.
I hope they missed it.
His coach Stacy Maloney saying, I hope they missed it. I can't imagine if they could possibly miss it. He flashes the number of the vault, which is a 9.9 value. You see his body turns around, gets a little bit funky in the air.
Over the line as well.
Does only 1.5 twists. So instead of being a 9.9, this vault actually should start at a 9.5 maximum score.
And he has been awarded a 9.5. How's that possible?
They missed it. Incredible.
So this is one of those times when in that second they didn't see. They needed a replay.
Wow, I saw it, Alan. That is remarkable.
Lucky day there, huh? Yeah, they still got it. Got what? Did you do 2.5 or 1.5? That's what I thought.
Head Judge Shaw gone wide from China, no less. He has the ability to overrule. That was not a 9.9 start. That was 9.5.
See how this plays out after this.